Occurred the 15th of January 2003, 7 hours 20 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: North Judson, Knox, in USA. Shape, light duration 10 minutes. No observers. 1. Two lights in sky quickly changed positions and took off slowly in opposite directions. I am a 20-year-old girl born in Muncie, Indiana. Moved to Denver, Colorado. Raised in Moore, Oklahoma. Moved to Columbia, TN at age 14, then to North Judson at age 17. I am currently living with my 31-year-old boyfriend and our 6-month-old baby girl. On the date and at the time specified, I was on my way to an 8 o'clock appointment at the welfare office. I was on State Highway 10 headed east from the small town of North Judson, IN, to State Highway 35, about 8 minutes. My boyfriend's mother was driving me. I was in the passenger side of the truck. I looked out the passenger side window. I saw two lights beside each other like a pair of eyes, which I'll call objects A and B. I'm not sure which one went over and which one went under, but they switched places pretty fast, then took off in opposite directions. B headed east along the side of highway and A headed west. After a short distance I couldn't see A any longer. I probably could have still seen it if I had looked out the rear window, but I didn't. I watched object B instead. I didn't tell my boyfriend's mom. I don't know why not, but I didn't. Object B was not now going as fast as it previously had when switching places with object A. I now had to look slightly backwards from the passenger window to see object B. The time had come to turn left or north onto Highway 35. I had now lost visual contact with object B. After traveling on 35 for about 7 more minutes, I entered the small city of Knox, in. I turned right or east down a side road. We were supposed to make another right south, but we missed our turn, so we made the next right, turned around in a parking lot, got back onto the side road and turned left or south, then made another left or east into the welfare office parking lot. The back of the office faces north and the front south. We parked in the lot and I went inside. I looked out the window and seen what object B could have been headed south. I watched till it was really small. I turned away convinced of my first craft sighting. Thanks. 2 NUFORC note. We have no idea what the witness apparently witnessed. PD.
Occurred the 23rd of December 2003, 20 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Knox, IN, USA. Shape, circle duration 5 minutes. No observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object. Flashlight was there. Flash was close. Flash even closer. Flash the light was here. I was on my way back from my brother's house, about 30 minutes from my house. I was driving the back roads home, usually just going in the same direction. I wasn't sure of the roads, just keep going east. My friend and I were decided to stop to urinate. I got out of my truck, so did he. I was facing west when I saw a light I thought was a snowmobile. The light was coming about 1/4 from us at the T in the road when a sharp turn toward us. I still though it was in snowmobile, but it wasn't on the road when the light was coming. Then east from the turn, it looked like it was about 10 feet above the road. Then it blinked, but a second later the light was about a telephone pole ahead. It was like it would flash, then be closer every time. The first flash kind of startled me. I said to my around, well, Since that day my heart has never beaten so fast, so pumped up. We know what we seen. It freaked us out to the point that nobody would believe us, but we still traveled back to Knox and told some people. But still to this day it wonders me to the point I am for the first time reporting this sighting. I will take a lie test, and even though I moved out of that town that year, I would be anything I got that my friend would say the same story. The only thing that was confusing, we got back to Knox later than we should have. Not much, but later than should have. I checked my cell phone out calls and confused me. This is the first time I ever wrote all this down. The light was about a 5 feet round, 10 to 15 feet above the ground, no sounds coming from it.
Occurred the 28th of January 2005, 5 hours 32 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Hamlet, IN, USA. Shape: other duration: 8 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object, changed color, aircraft nearby, a bug-shaped flashing craft. It looked like a bug or a wasp. At first I thought it was a star, but then it went lower. That's when I saw its shape. It was red and blinked white. A plane was about 200 feet over it, and it went up to meet it. The light got bright and the plane was gone. Where it was a light that flashed, also white. The craft lowered altitude and turned redder, still blinking white. Then I watched it far as I could throw different windows. Then it went to far away.
Occurred the 18th of December 2005, 15 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Knox, N, USA. Shape: triangle. Duration: 5 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object, changed color, aircraft nearby, electrical or magnetic effects. 3 a.m. humming and craft for 5 minutes. I was working on the computer. I work midnights, so I was awake right around 3 o'clock to 3:05. A humming winding noise came from outside. I slide on my shoes and a coat. I think it was about 2 degrees that morning. From straight above to about the constellation Cassiopeia, short bursts of speed. Then an almost hover. My neighbor from across the street came outside, said he was awoken by a loud hum and his windows were shaken. He said his VCR started to rewind and it was off. When I pointed out the object, we stood there for about 1 minute 30 seconds, then it shot the other direction and was gone. You could hear the low humming rumble the entire time. I noticed 6 different lights, one from a different location than what we thought was the craft, which seemed to follow the pattern of the first one.
Occurred the 18th of December 2005, 23 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Knox, IN, USA. Shape: disc. Duration: 3 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, saucer-shaped craft hovering in my farm field about 50 feet in the air. No sound, red and blue light, then flew off to the west.
Occurred the 1st of July 2017, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Knox, IN, USA. Shape: light. Duration and LT: 2 minutes each. No of observers. 3 unexplained red lights in the Indiana sky. While standing outside, I witnessed a red light in the western sky. I thought at first that it was a plane heading towards me because it didn't seem to move. As I waited for it to come closer, I realized that it was going directly up. I thought at that point that it may have been a firework heading up before exploding. That didn't happen. It continued to go up into the sky until it disappeared. As I told my family what I saw, we witnessed another one in the northern sky traveling east. It disappeared as well.
Occurred the 3rd of July 2017, 22 hours 10 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Knox, IN, USA. Shape: light. Duration and lieutenant: 5 minutes. No of observers. 3 red lights in the Indiana sky. We witnessed 3 red lights in the northwestern sky, seemingly motionless and equally spaced apart. They seemed to be too low to be planes. By the time I was able to grab my husband's phone, one had disappeared. I jumped out of the car with my phone and only one remained. I was able to follow the last one traveling to the west until it disappeared.
Occurred the 18th of October 2018, 12 hours 10 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Knox, IN, USA. Shape: cigar. Duration: 5 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, left a trail looking north while fishing from south shore of a local lake. I saw a white cigar-shaped object floating E to W. Suddenly, another one appeared roughly a mile east of first one with same heading. Looking back at first one, it briefly displayed bright white lights, one at each end of cigar. The first and second cigars gradually became too distant to see. Then looking east again, a third cigar appeared. It was also heading west. Then suddenly it changed direction in a looping fashion so fast it had a trail of light. It quickly disappeared to the east. All three cigars seemed to be about 3,000 feet altitude and a quarter-mile north of me and moved too slow to be fixed-wing craft. I hesitated to file report until I read other similar reports recently. I am a retired auto mechanic and don't necessarily think these were aliens. Just something I have no explanation for.